Good morning, Course 2. It is Lesson 34 today, and we are looking at the problem of solving kind of the order of decimals on a number line. So we're gonna look at that pretty closely today, and you're gonna note that we're gonna be looking at a metric ruler. Okay, so this is gonna be 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And these aren't inches. These would be centimeters. Okay. And then these little ones, the big numbers are centimeters. The little ones are what we're going to call millimeters because there are 10 millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter, which is this distance. Okay. So we're going to be looking at that right away. So let's look at example 1, which is on page 242, and it says find the length of this segment. And you notice that the segment is this right here. So it goes from 1 to past 2, and it's to the third mark there. Okay, so in centimeters, this one, it's 2 point, and then we have 3. In millimeters, if we counted all these up, we would get 23. Now notice the correlation of the decimal point. Centimeters, we have a decimal point, but in this one, we do not. So we can convert from centimeters to millimeters really quickly by just adding a decimal point one spot in. Okay? All right, that's pretty easy. Let's look at the next example problem. There is a rectangle that's given, and it says 12 centimeters on one side and 7 cm on the other. It says find the perimeter. Okay, well, if those two are given, that means this is 7 and this is also 12, right? Which means that we can say 12 plus 12, which is 24, 7 plus 7, which is 14, and we add both of those together and we can come up with our answer of 38. Now, the question is, what is it in meters? Well, they gave it to us in centimeters. We know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So that means we multiply this or by 0.1, 0.01, excuse me, or we can just do this. If we have centimeters, here's the trick. The decimal is here, and we're just going to move it over 2 spots. So we have 0.38 centimeters, or excuse me, 0.38 meters. Okay, so if we have a whole number of 38 centimeters, that automatically equals 0.38 meters. Why? Because of those 2 zeros. We move it over twice and we have our meters. Okay? Conversion, easy conversion, need to memorize it. All right. Example 3 says on the number line indicates by each arrow what number is by each arrow. So it's kind of like a little bit more complex than what we looked at with just the centimeters to meters. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know this isn't perfect, but all right. A says 4.0, or excuse me, we're going by each of these. Okay, so in between 4.0 and 4.1, okay, now we're really going to small numbers here, okay, because we're dealing with just tenths, right? Each one of those is worth tenths. So if we look at where A is, all right, A is on the 5th mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a decimal point right there, and they call this A. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, if it's on the 5th mark, that means we take the 4.0 and add a 5. It's already 4.0, but we're going to add a 5 because of the hundredths place. Okay, so for instance, they did 4 point. Well, I'll just give us another one. Let's pick the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's pick the sixth one over here. Even though that's not the same as theirs, you can get the idea. So B would be 4.1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just make sure you're seeing this whole thing and then understanding, oh, this is just adding. So it's not 4.5 and 4.6. 4.5 and 4.6 are way down here somewhere. Okay, because of the rule. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's those examples that you have to do. Number 4, example 4 on 243, just as an arranging of the decimal numbers. Again, if you go to a number line and you write your own, or you look one up or whatever, there's several that are here. 4.5, we have 4.25, and then there is 4.81. Okay, so we look at this column first. Which is the smallest number? Well, the 2 is. So we know that 4.25 is going to be the least. What's next? Well, 5 is the next lowest number, so it's going to be followed by 4.5, and then we know that 4.81 obviously is the largest. There's least to greatest, okay? We've already done those in last lesson, so you should be familiar with that. Anyway, have a good lesson 34 today, and we're trucking along. So if you have any questions, let me know.